Welcome to another episode of the Part of the Culture podcast. My name is JD, owner of Part of the Culture, and today I want to talk about paying yourself first. Why is this important? Because that's how you create wealth. If you wait till you pay all your bills, you're damn near a slave. There's not going to be anything left, so you need to learn to pay yourself first. This podcast, whatever you want to call it, is sponsored by my books. I just wrote a new one, 35 Lessons I Learned by 35. I have a business book and I have a book on investing called How to Fill Empty Pockets. You can get all three of those at partoftheculture.art. Now, with that being said, where did the money for the books come from? If you don't know, I own 2 Airbnbs. Where did the money for the Airbnbs come from? I was able to launch a pop-up shop. Where did the money for the pop-up shop come from? I paid myself first. So I've been hustling for a long time, and the principle that really helped change my life, I believe I read a book called Profit First, and he taught a principle. He said to make your company instantly profitable, you need to pay yourself first. What does that look like? So I do a deal. So today I did a deal, and I think I did some graphic design. I think I'm only going to profit $12, not a lot. A lot of people will say won't do anything with that $12, or they'll just put it in their bank account. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take $1.20. I'll probably only realistically take $1. I'm gonna take $1. I'm gonna put it in my savings account. I'm gonna take $1. I'm gonna put it in my investment account. I'm gonna take $1 and I'm gonna give it away. And then I use 20% to pay off debt, and then I live off the rest. Now, why is that important? Because it's backwards. It's the exact opposite of what everyone else does. And it always makes my net worth go up. And then I'll talk about why it's important and what are you doing with the money that you're saving. So, pay yourself first. All right? Or you are a slave. If you are not saving any money, if you're not investing any money, you're a slave, or you're going to have to work forever. If you invest a piece of all the income that you make, then eventually you will not have to work. You know, glory be to God. If anything was to happen, I would still have an income from my business, from the Airbnbs. If I was not able to go to work, I do have a job. I do have a 401k. I do have traditional stuff. But any deal that I do, I pay myself first. And so I got this principle from that Profit First system. But Robert Kiyosaki and Rich Dad Poor Dad, he also talks about it and why it's important. And so I know what you might be saying to yourself, man, I don't have any money already. Or man, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Or man, whatever you're gonna say. But here's the thing, here's the silver lining. If you can't pay yourself 10%, there's no difference. If you're short on your rent, or if you're short, still pay yourself first. Because here's the thing, when you put that money in the bank, and I get this from Robert Kiyosaki, when you put that 10% in the bank, if you wait till the end of the month to pay yourself, you're not gonna have anything left. But if you put that 10% in the bank, your rent has to be paid. So you're gonna figure out a way to pay that rent, whether it's pick up a side job, pick up a side hustle, do something in order to pay that rent. So pay yourself first, and then put in that effort to come up with that difference that you're missing. So for me, I pay myself first. At the end of the month, no matter what's going on, I don't take money out of my savings. I don't take money out of my investments. The only time I will spend my savings or my investments is to invest into a project that will produce income. So for example, I took some money out of my savings in order to launch my Airbnb business. But those businesses are going to produce income, which will replenish the account. If there's an emergency, I won't deplete that account, because that's where my money slaves are. That's your money, I'm putting it to work. So pay yourself first so that eventually you can achieve financial freedom. This is pretty much what I discuss in my book, How to Fill Empty Pockets. I go into details and I talk about my investments and different things, but it all started because I paid myself first. So now, month in and month out, if I don't invest in a business, then my net worth normally will continue to go up. Things can happen. Yes, this is life. No strategy is perfect. So make sure that, I'll say it again, that you're paying yourself first. The next time you receive any money, start an account. throw some money in a shoebox and start paying yourself first. In the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, he talks about when you have money in your purse, as thy purse fatten, it feels good. It brings joy to the soul. And so eventually, once you have enough ducats, you can start making bigger and bigger and bigger investments. As you make small investments, you'll start to understand bigger investments. My first investment, I think I bought a stock called SPY, but it had paid a dividend. It taught me, okay, I could put $300 into this one stock, and that stock will pay a dividend 4 times a year. You can YouTube what a dividend is. You can YouTube all of this stuff. I also have a course on how to buy your first stock. That's also on part of the culture.art. But once I made that small investment, I was like, oh, okay, so then if I put, I think I paid for my project down in LA, I think I put about $4,000 in there. When things are all said and done, I might be able to make a profit of $1,000 to $1,300 a month, but some months might be slower. I might make $500. I might lose money if we buy furniture or something like that, but it produces an income. So, and then what do you think I do when I make that $1,000? I put $100 into my savings. I put $100 into the stock market, and then I give $100 away to charity, or $130, whatever the math comes out to be. But I continue to do this, and as I continue to do this, my wealth continues to grow. My investments continue to grow. The things that I'm able to do continue to grow, because now I'm not only working, but my money's working with me. But the first principle that I learned was to pay myself first. This is the first podcast that I did by myself. The real reason that I did it is I just bought this new Yeti. I wanted to test it out. I have a podcast on Friday with the homie from the owner of Cain and Abel. He's doing a live podcast and a clothing release. We're trying to get his clothes out in time. It's a beautiful design. I'll definitely, if you go to my page right now, Part of the Culture, or go online on Instagram and look up Cain and Abel, he has some beautiful stuff. I'll be doing a podcast with him this Friday. Be on the lookout for that. But all of that stuff, the equipment that I have, it came from paying myself first, investing in myself, investing in my business. You need funds to grow your business, or you need a good idea. If you guys ever have any questions, feel free to find me on Part of the Culture, or on Instagram, or partoftheculture.art, and there's a message center. Shoot me a message. If you, for any reason, you can't afford my book, I'll send you my ebook completely free. All you have to do is shoot me a DM. But I hope that you guys enjoyed my first solo podcast. I just wanted to talk about, you already know, paying yourself first. I think my next one I might do is the value of helping others. I'm not going to go into much detail, but whatever area in life that you're struggling in, help other people succeed in that area, and then it will help you find success. That's my last little tidbit on the Part of the Culture episode, and I'm out. Stay up. Yee!